Hello boys and girls, welcome to another session of Dwarf Fortress Dragongranite. I have made a copy of the game where I have retired the fortress and where I have exported all sorts of legends and we can browse it now. I will also have a session of the game running so that I can look up things from another copy of Dwarf Fortress about our current dwarf, where the unretired save game is. Like not the not retired, in not yet retired state. So last time I have looked into the deities in which my dwarves believe, and we can take a look at some of them. Yesterday I took a quick browse through them and was quite surprised about a couple of them. So there's the tab historical figures. Then we see caste type. Oh, maybe civs and entities. Where was it? Historical figures. Deity. Here, this is it. So here we see all deities sorted by name. So most of our dwarves believe in Aval, Risen, Avus, Granite Mines, Litast, and so on. So let's take a look at Aval. Well, it says only as much as deity occurs in myths of sculpted lancers, most often depicted as female dwarf. I'll take notes. And associated sphere is happiness and revelry. Okay, and as we can see about the deity, people started worshipping her in year 31. Some books have been authored here. Poems about Aval. By the dwarf called Mischief Paint after dreaming about the dwarf deity Aval. So dwarfs dream about these deities and write books and stories about it. Vessels was altered. Yeah, some just worshipping things. It must have been adoration was altered by dwarficos, but too many events. Yeah, probably too many events to display them all here. Please filter the events. Yeah, events like so let's filter out all written content composed, right? And basically we no longer see anything. So strange thing that there is nothing like site structure created, because we actually created a temple of Aval in granite, Dragongranite. Yeah. So all historical events around Aval are books. Next deity we have is Risen. There's nothing much about Risen now, is there? But it is a male dwarf. The sphere of mountains. Okay. Then we have Iwa. And this is where I became interested. Was it Iwa? I think it was, or maybe it was Savot. Iwa received worship. But it's strange that Risen didn't receive any worship. I wonder whether it is because of Risen is actually written with an with this different eye, which has this circumflex, and somehow it doesn't really match, because at least as a deity he should have received some worship, but it's not listed. Anyway, Iwa received the worship. And here, look at this. Iwa receives worship, and in the year 169, late winter, obsidian, Iwa cursed the human were-beast, Osma washed clod, to assume the form of a lizard-like monster every full moon in Strongtown. So it must have been some time before the winter 169, where Iwa, this god, this deity, became a were-lizard. Probably the were-olm or something, because we have dealt with an were-olm in our fortress, and it was a human. So Iwa is actually a were-olm, or were-lizard, I say. It's a human deity, male human, and associated with the sphere of thunder. And to add insult to injury, not only it became were-beast, but in 168 it also became a vampire. So it started, the were-beast thing started in Strongtown, and the vampire thing started in Muffin Die. Strongtown, here we have it. We have even the site map here. Oh, that's wonderful. Excellent. Yeah, so it's here. This is Strongtown. Must be full of vampires now. We have the site map. And the other thing with the vampire muffin die is a site over here. Oh, quite a complex site, I shall add. So this is where Iwa infected the first vampire. Next we have Vault of Gorges. Female dwarf. Wealth, jewels, and minerals. Avus granite mines is a very often worshipped deity. Female dwarf. Metals. Litast. Female dwarf. Fortresses and war. Next up we have Okosh Knighted Pride. Female dwarf associated with victory. Savod the Unbridled Zephyr. We have female dwarf. So most of the deities are actually females here. I wonder whether we have a matriarchal society here. Or at least a matriarchal pantheon associated with writing, poetry, persuasion, speech, and hunting. Next we have Mishtem. Female dwarf. Associated with wisdom. Then we have Fathkal. I remember Fathkal from yesterday. I think it's poetry. Oh, dance festivals and song. Okay, now that's finally a male deity. Dance festivals and song. Then we have Besse. I should maybe take a look at in what sort of Aval is sculpted lancers. Risen. Sculpted lancers. So that's our deity for our civilization, specific for our civilization. Iwa, however, is human, worshipped by the humans. The empires of rewarding. Yeah, it's the were-lizard and vampire. The Vault of Gorges is again sculpted lancers. Avus granite mines, almost certainly sculpted lancers belongs, yes. Litast, almost certainly sculpted lancers. Sculpted lancers is our civilization. Our dwarves in Dragongranite belong to the sculpted lancers. Mostly, except for the guests. Litast's deity occurs in the midst of sculpted lancers. Okosh. Sculpted lancers. Female dwarf victory. Savot the unbridled zephyr. Sculpted lancers, that's our deity. Mishtem is also almost certainly our deity. It is. Fathkal. It's the only deity name starting with an F. Besse, however, Besse is, I think it's human. Besse is human, yes. Nation of quakes. Female human. And the goddess of love. Daslut is also human. Nation of quakes. It's also a female human, and it's associated with the moon. And in the Daslut I found that she's actually a vampire, or became a vampire not so long ago. Here, Daslut cursed the human Tuxtis fragrant handles to prowl the night in search of blood in matchpens. So in matchpens they started the vampirism over here in this part of the world. Yeah, 3,000 humans live there currently. And worship Besse, the vampires. And hello, Kim. And later, Daslut became also a werebeast. Jaila assumed the form of a Jaila monster-like monster. What is the Jaila monster-like monster? Assume the form of jackal, lizard, were-lizard. Okay. I'll go with the were-lizard. So she's a vampire and were-lizard. So that's the deities we have so far in our fortress. We have built temples of. So there are 2 were creatures and 2 vampires. Daslut and Iwa. these human deities are were creatures and vampires. So, and we are about to build a temple for justice. It occurs in the myths of the Silky Nations. Male human, sphere of love, oh, it's a vampire. Justress is a vampire and a werebeast. So, were lizard. Bekat is a deity of high confederacies. Female. It's a female echidna. Goddess of plants. No information there about werebeasts. The sparkle of papers. Deity of the Silky Nations. Male human. Art, weather, and sky. I smell the paint of periwinkles. The Tome of Closing is a dwarven civilization. Male dwarf. Jewels, wealth, and trade. And we've got Messog. Again, Tome of Closing. Male dwarf. Blight, disease, and death. Wow! Okay. Then we have Nakuv. Wispy confuse. Belongs to the realms of enjoying. Male human associated with darkness and night. If be the subtle secret. The realms of enjoying. Female human associated with the mist. Uthral grisly ages. Ha! I don't have it. Uthral. Why is Uthral not listed? Uthral is listed. Hello, Mimruni. It occurs in the myths of the union of clenching. Male human associated with longevity. Bewa. Let's look up Bewa. The clear glend of kindness. Union of clenching again. Female human associated with peace. Uja, devil jackal. Nation of quakes. Male human associated with murder. Wow. Opi, the skirt of bewilderment. Opi. Empires of rewarding. Female human, goddess of jealousy, oaths and marriage. Okay, then we have the canyons of flickering. I am presumed to be interested in my history. Yes, yes, of course, Maimruni, we will take a look at it. Just about 10 more deities. Canyons, flickering, maybe 12, maybe 15, 20, maybe 20. Okay, maybe 20. The finders. A road of lions. Oh, as a fire imp associated with mountains and volcano. Bekor sculpt banners is a goddess of the silky nations. Female human. Rumors, fame and jealousy. Kobim. Ha! Kobim is not here. Ooh. That's a strange deity. It's not exported in the legends. Then we have Teme. Maybe it's really not a deity then. It's Kobim. Kobim Guiltworm. Ha! Kobim Guiltworm is a male dragon. Ooh, this is not a deity, but it's a dragon. He worships. Sorry. He worships a dragon. Somebody worships a dragon in our fortress. Okay, Teme then. Deity of silky nations. Female human associated with wisdom. Then we have Akkar, myths of the silky nations. Female Kea, rulership, volcanoes and mountains. Tusnung, Tusnung Glow Treasures is a female dragon fire and wealth. Aspast, nation of combining. Male human, blight, charity, and sacrifice. How about Wuspin? Empires of Rewarding. Sacrifice, charity, generosity. Nemen. The mighty stern will, the empires of rewarding. Male human strength. Innu is a deity, empires of rewarding. Female human seasons. Esmin, realms of enjoying. Female human strength. Korud, jumped nature, the subtle realm. It's a male mackerel. God of animals. Wur, subtle realm again. Female human, courage. Itni, nation of combining. Male human nature. At, nation of combining. Male human valor. Onget, the Finder's Road of Lions. Female dwarf. Minerals, jewels and wealth. 3 more is Laltur. That's again Finder's Road of Lions. Female dwarf, forgiveness and mercy. The hateful poison is in the midst of the plated nations. Female human, goddess of torture. Curse is she's a werebeast. Where iguana. Yeah. And Ugath. Receive the worship of the necromancer. Oh, Ugath raked sling. Worship of the ratman. He's a necromancer probably, isn't he? Blight, disease and death. Wolverine necromancer. Wolverine man necromancer. Stormjaws was created. It's an artifact slab. Okay, so there we have it. This is a necromancer. The net of lightning. Male dwarf. Revenge. Blight. Disease. Death. Necromancer. Wow. Blight. This other blight guy. Aspast. Is this necromancer too? No. But it's a night creature. It's a vampire. Aspast. Murder, Uja. Certainly also such a... Yeah, it's a were-lizard. Messog. Is also a necromancer. Messog is a necromancer. Yeah. All right. There we have it. Hello, big time. So Mimruni said, human werebeast sounds like they've been cursed with turning into human. Yeah, every fool now. Male dwarf, make that dwarf lead the counter attack when the dragon attacks. Ooh, man. I have read such things in the thread. What's going on in your fortress? That somebody will probably release his were-dwarf during attacks. Yeah, not sure. Not sure that I will do it. So Mimruni was interested in his own history. Mimruni, hello, the Hano. So this is you. You are. So you worship Avuz. And goal, start a family. You've got lots of relationships here. Noble position. You have a noble position. You have fought in 2 battles against the Dank Hex. You were born in 229, began wandering the field of deterioration, became beast hunter. Ooh. In 230, you happened, trumpet golds happened upon Mimroni. What was trumpet golds? Female tiger. Mimruni fought with the Tiger Trumpet Golds. While defeated, the latter escaped unscathed. The tiger was defeated and escaped. In 233, Mimruni married the dwarf Doomed Fortress Stars. In 233, you settled in Trumpet Earthen. It's a fortress of about 8,000 dwarves. You began wandering of the field of deterioration, which is around here. Field of deterioration. This is the field of deterioration. In 252 early summer, you left the blockaded roads, and you arrived, and you left the sculpted lancers, and you settled in Dragongranite. You became a member of sculpted lancers. You became a member of the Brass Tour, and the Brass Tour is my military squad. Brass Tour is a squad. I believe. Or it was a squad. I don't know what was this. The Brass Tour is the site. Oh, site government of dwarves of Scotland. It's like the nobility. The Brass Tour is the group of the nobility of Dragongranite. So you became a member of this nobility. And in mid-autumn you became the Baron of Sculpted Lancers, and a year later you became the Count and the Duke. So you are now the Duke of Duke of Sculpted Lancers. You reside in Dragongranite. That's it. So Trumpet Gold. Let's see what were the Tiger Trumpet Golds. Oh, the Tiger Trumpet Golds actually died in 244 of old age. Only killed 2 people. Devoured a female duck. Devoured the dwarf. Devoured a male rabbit. Ambushed the human. Died of old age. All right. So happy. Your family tree. We can look at your family tree as well. Mimruni, you should have a family tree. But actually you are one of these spawned dwarves. You don't... Related historical figures, you have a spouse. Yeah, you are spawned. I don't think you have much of a family. Okay, so interesting. Many questions are present, but none are possible to be answered. Yeah. So who else do we want to know about? we can see about our werebeast. What was his name? Aristnokim or something like that, was it, right? Yeah, too bad it doesn't search dwarf names. It only has translated names. We can see it in the report. Urvad Aristnokim. It's a ranger. Yeah, so this is the ranger's family tree. He killed the human werebeast, but the human werebeast bit Urvad, passing on the iguana monster curse in unknown site. Actually, that was Dragongranite. And then Udma, tempted maroon, bled to death, slain by Urvad with a copper shield in Dragongranite. So Udma. And Udma, Udma is actually a very noble beast. I can't see it right here. Here it is. So he's the son of kings. Look at that. Son of a vampire here. There's a vampire family. And there is a king family. Former lawgiver of the realms of enjoying. Lawgiver. So it's a grandson of the former lawgiver of the realms of enjoying, Odda Pearl Strikes. And the grandson of a granddaughter of a vampire. Yeah, nice. So who else? Let's look up the goblin. We have a goblin visitor. I don't think he's a permanent visitor, is he? Others. Goblin Bard. Yeah, Okna Desli Wuspin. How am I supposed to find it with these translated names if I don't know the translation? Here it is, Okna Silky Cradle. Female wants to start a family. The human deity is so that's who is worshipping it's not only that. I actually only looked through novice observer, great musician. Oh, he actually aided in the defense against goblin nations, so he's actually a friendly goblin. He killed a goblin, he killed a human. Okna became bard in incense doctrines, which is around here. Oh, the goblin comes from very far away. All over across the world. Visited. Mid-autumn 254 Dragongranite. And stays there. Okay, nothing super special. Who else are we interested in? We have a goblin lasher, cage prisoner. Usbu. Too many Usbus. Stasos. We have a forgotten beast, Mudo. Mubo Tombsing the whole of seas. Caverns, suicide and water. Began wandering the depths of the world. Yeah. I struck a couple of troglodytes. Talented dodger, wrestler, observer. Easy. Etin. Yeah, I wanted to see the Etin. Nami. Etin. We have a caged Etin. Yeah, this is this guy. Namikal call courage the bristle of contesting. He actually she actually had a son. Lots of kills. Rampages. And Imofe. Stole a foxtail millet beer in Thrifty Scolds. Thrifty Scolds. Where is that? Ah, her son is wandering here. This human hamlet. Easy. So I have looked at the development of this map. And it looks like in the past years it wasn't as wild as the reports were saying. Well, we founded Dragongranite. And this goblin nation, the dank hex, is expanding. That's the danger. Yes, I see. They found humans found actually conquered 2 sites here. But they soon won some of that back. There is this human nation, the plated nations. Lawgivers, human necromancer. Ah, so these humans in plated nations have a human necromancer as a lawgiver. Or had in the beginning of the time, in the year 3. Then they had only humans, and now they have goblins. Yeah. They have goblins as lawgiver. Led the attack. Yeah. Since 182 they have been led by goblin leadership. But the goblins are actually fighting. I mean, this goblin leader actually fights the dang hacks. So plated nations is the one human nation, and the other one is the subtle realms. And they have a human vampire as a leader. They have the human vampire Ago and the goblin Osp. The Moist Society is a group of humans settling in the far north. Okay, so who else is here? The Silky Nations is the only nation, the only human nation now from the far northwest who isn't ruled by goblins or vampires. And there's another one. The Goldenrod Kingdom is now ruled by a human vampire. Okay. Systemic urns are fleeing. There's some kobolds, so we have the dank hex and the torments of slime. So the only human, the only goblin nation who attacked us seem to be the dank hex. Sculpted Lancers had conflicts with the dank hex and the torments of slime, yeah, in the past though. In the distant past, in the year 10, a site of the Sculpted Lancers was taken over by the torments of slime. And one of our sites was destroyed by the rock Ur-blossomed winds. Wonder where the rock resides now. In the walls of echoing. Yeah, the rock is not here. The rock is quite near. Quite close to our side, so I have seen that only one dragon is currently present close to our side, but we have some rocks and we have some swamp titans. We have pretty nice beasts nearby. Alright guys, I will take a short break and maybe start playing Dwarf Fortress later on in about 1 hour. So I'll see you then. Thank you for watching.